Good morning, dear children. I hope you all are fine and safe at home and doing well. Dear children, today we are going to start our new chapter, that is lesson 7, Adjectives. Adjectives are parts of speech. Adjectives are parts of speech. We know that there are 8 parts of speech and adjective is one out of them. Adjectives add to the meaning of a noun or a pronoun. It gives an additional information about a noun or a pronoun. Let us see this through this example. If I write an example, Rohan is a boy. Through this sentence, we can just know that Rohan is a boy. There is a boy whose name is Rohan. If I write another sentence, Rohan is a good boy. Now, in this sentence, we get an additional information about the boy. What kind of boy Rohan is? Rohan is a good boy. The word good is giving some additional information about Rohan. So, good is an adjective. The words which give additional information about the noun or pronoun are called adjectives. So, adjectives are words that describe a noun. Adjectives are the words that describe a noun. Dear children, before starting this chapter, please keep your books open and take page number 52. On page number 52, you can see the pictures of a few famous monuments are given below. Here, the pictures of the famous monuments are given. Now, identify the names of each picture with the help of the list given on the next page. On the next page, the names are given. On page number 53, the amazing Great Wall of China, the impressive Leaning Tower of Pisa, the magnificent Taj Mahal, the splendid Roman Colosseum, the majestic Pyramid of Giza, the enormous statue of Christ the Redeemer, the marvelous Chichen Itza. These all are the famous monuments. And my dear children, you can see some of the words are given in italics. In above phrases, words such as amazing, impressive, magnificent, splendid, majestic, enormous, marvelous, all these words are describing to the nouns. They are telling something about the noun. They are giving the additional information about the noun. So, all these words are adjectives. Now, there are different types of adjectives. In this chapter, we will study about the adjective, its types, and making adjectives, how we can make, and degrees of comparison we'll study. Now, we know adjectives are words which describe a noun. Let us study about the types of an adjectives now. Dear children, let us study the types of an adjectives. There are different types of an adjectives. The first one is quality, quantity, number, demonstrative, interrogative and possessive adjectives. One by one we'll study them in detail. First of all, we'll study about the adjectives of quality. They are also known as qualitative adjectives. Now, words such as majestic, amazing, splendid, magnificent, marvelous, enormous and impressive give us information about the quality of the noun. Here on the top of the page we studied about the famous monuments. Some of the words are describing to these nouns. Some words are describing to these nouns. These, all the words are telling what kind of. All these words are telling about the quality of these nouns. So they are called adjectives of quality. If we ask what kind of a noun, the answer we get is an adjective of quality. When we ask about the noun, what kind of noun is this? Whatever is the answer, that is the adjective. Adjective of quality tells us about the quality of a noun. Turn the page, page number 54. We'll study about adjectives of quantity. Now, first we studied about adjectives of quality, which tells us about the person or thing, what kind of. So, for example, he is a good boy. We can say good is what kind of boy? Good boy. So, good is the adjective of quality. Then, she is a pretty girl. What kind of girl? Pretty girl. So, as these words are telling about the quality of a person, we say these words are the adjectives of quality. Now, we'll study about the quantity, quantitative adjectives. Adjectives of quantity and number will be studying now. First, we'll study about adjectives of quantity. They are also called quantifier. Now, here is a passage given. Read this passage carefully with me. There are 40 students in class 6. Most of the students in the class are very obedient. Only 3 or 4 students are very naughty. Some girls are very quiet while a few boys are very talkative. The teacher gives these boys enough classwork to keep the class quiet. Then they never cause much trouble to the teacher and there is very little noise. All the students love their teacher very much. From the first period to the last period in school, the students obey their teacher. Now, here in this passage, we can see some of the words are given in italics. Also, you can underline these words. In the first sentence, 40, then most, then 3, 4, some, few, enough, then much, all, first, last, little. All these words are given in italics. Words such as most, some, few, enough, much, little and all give us information about the quantity of the noun. These words are giving us idea about the quantity. We do not know exact number by these words. Most of the students is giving the quantity of something but not exact number. So, these words are called adjectives of quantity like most, some, few, etc. These are giving us the idea of quantity, not the exact number. So these words are called adjectives of quantity. Apart from the quantifiers mentioned above, these words, as we said, adjectives of quantity are also called quantifiers. Apart from the quantifiers mentioned above, there are other words which denote number. We can see in the passage like 40, 3, 4. These words are denoting the exact number. There are 40 students in class 6. The exact number of students are mentioned here, not just an idea of the number of students, but here the exact number is given, that is 40. So cardinal numbers such as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 40 are used to provide information about the quantity of countable nouns. It is telling us about the countable nouns, quantity of countable nouns, and it is giving information about the exact number. So these words, there are numbers are of two types, the cardinal numbers and the ordinals. Cardinal numbers are of two types, the cardinals and ordinals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 40, 50. These all are the cardinals. And we can see in the last sentence, from the first period to the last period in school. So words such as first, second, third and fourth are made from numbers like 1, 2, 3 and 4. They tell us about the order or rank of countable nouns. They give the order, they show the order or the rank of the numbers. So these words are called ordinals. Cardinal numbers and ordinals used to describe the amount of countable nouns are called adjectives of numbers. Cardinals and ordinals used to describe the amount of countable nouns, exact number of countable nouns are called adjectives of numbers. For example, 1, 2, first, etc. Now, we'll study the next kind of adjective, that is demonstrative adjective. Take page number 55. Demonstrative adjective. Here is the passage given about demonstrative, interrogative and possessive adjectives. Let us read this passage first. Dear mother, those books which you sent last Christmas are still lying in my home. I don't have time to read them. Ever since I joined this office, the work has become very hectic. I remain awfully tired with extra work in the office. I need to take certain steps so that my work doesn't create such tiredness in me. I spoke to my boss about a break. He asked me what plans I have for a holiday. I think I'll be able to go and meet you soon after I get his permission. Till then, yours lovingly, Amit. Here is a letter given by Amit to his mother. In this letter, we can see many words are given in italics like those, my, then this, certain, such, what, his, etc. Dear children, words such as those, this, certain and such point out to nouns such as books, office, steps and tiredness. We can hear those books. Here those is pointing out to particular books. Those is indicating the particular books. And we can see this office indicating to a particular office. The word this is indicating to a particular office, pointing out to a particular office. Steps, we can see certain steps. pointing out particular steps. Such tiredness, such is pointing out to the particular tiredness. So, words which point out to the nouns are called demonstrative adjectives. The words which are pointing out to the noun are called demonstrative adjectives. This, that, these, those, such, certain and yonder are the examples of demonstrative adjectives. Certain means sure or definite, sure steps, the definite steps. And yonder means used for a thing or things at distance. The things which are at distance, for them we use the word yonder. Now, in the same paragraph, we can see some other words. Words such as, so let us write the examples of demonstrative adjectives. This, that, these, those, etc. And we know the use of this, that, these, those. This we use for the things which are very close to us, and particularly we are pointing out to that particular thing. Okay, in my hand there is a book. This is my book. The thing which is far away from me and singular in number, we call it that. And the things which are close to me, plural in number, we use the word these. Things which are far away from me and plural in number, we use the word those to point out. Now, let us see the next kind of adjective, that is interrogative adjective. Words such as what are used with nouns such as plan to ask question. Here we can see in the fourth line, I spoke to my boss about a break. After that, he asked me what plans, what kind of plans here, what plans I have for a holiday. It is indicating a question. So, words which are used with nouns to ask questions are interrogative adjectives. What plans? Plans is a noun. And here what is used with a noun to ask a question? What plans? So, what is an interrogative adjective here? Other interrogative adjectives are what, which, whose, etc. Now, the last kind of adjective is possessive adjective. The word possessive tells us about the possession and the belonging. Words such as my and his are used with nouns such as daughters, home and permission to denote possession. We can see in the first line. These books which you sent last Christmas are still lying in my home. My home. Home belongs to me. Here my is showing the possession. So, the words which are used with a noun to denote a possession, belonging are called possessive adjectives. One more example we can see in the same paragraph, that is his permission. We can see in the last line of this passage. I think I'll be able to go and meet you soon after I get his permission. His permission. So, his is an adjective. What kind of adjective? Possessive adjective, because this word is showing the possession. So, dear children, these are the different kinds of adjectives. Adjectives we know, the words which describe a noun, are called adjectives. They give us some additional information about the noun or pronoun. Adjective is the part of speech. There are 8 parts of speech. Out of 8, adjective is one of them. And dear children, we studied the different kinds of adjectives. Quality, these are called qualitative adjectives. Quantity, adjectives of quantity are also called quantitative adjectives. Then adjectives of number, cardinals and ordinal numbers comes in this, and demonstrative adjectives which shows which are pointing out to a particular person or things. Interrogative adjectives are used with a noun to ask a question, and possessive adjectives shows the possession or belonging, for example my, his, etc. I hope, dear children, you understood this topic. In the next video, we will be discussing about the making adjectives, making opposites by adding prefixes and the degrees of comparison. Dear children, your homework is to write down all these definitions in your copies. In your notebook you will be writing, and please learn all these definitions. And one exercise which is given on page number 54. Let's practice. Read the following passage and identify the adjectives of quality, adjectives of quantity and adjectives of number, and make a list of them. One has been done for you. Here a passage is given. Out of this passage you will be finding out the adjectives of quality, adjectives of quantity and adjectives of number. This is your homework. I hope you will do it nicely. Thank you.